Hi, I'm making this, welcome to Gail's Garden, Herbs and More. I'm making this, I'm going to put it on the front of the video because it's important that you watch until the end. Like always, just about, I say goodbye and then I think, no, there's more that I need to tell them. So watch to the end, you'll get the full recipe. You'll see what I put in at the end to preserve it. And I hope you give it a try. It's not hard. But it's just wonderful to have. And I will leave you all with that. And you have a great rest of your week. Bye now. Welcome to Gail's Garden, Herbs and More. Let me see if I can get a little bit more light on this. And then we are going to make a salve for, well, it's going to have comfrey oil in it, so it's healing, but you don't have to have scratches or sores or anything like this. I'm going to actually make a skin salve, great for people over 50 or even younger than 50. I just gave some to my daughter because it was my last salve that had comfrey in it, and she needed to heal something on her bottom of her foot. So you can use it for a lot of things. It's just good for you. It's just my own recipe that I've come up with. Actually, I'm just using what I have. I had other stuff in my last one that I don't have now, but there's many things that can help with the skin and with the overall health, basically. So I'm kind of bent down here trying to see you because I'm trying to get my camera in a position that I can take this video. I'm going to have to send it right away because I'm supposed to be getting a different camera. This one has things on it that just, it's not working. It's defective. So hopefully, hopefully it'll work good enough to get this done. Let me try some more light. I don't know. Oh, that's a little better anyway, huh? That's a little better. It's in this dark trailer. So okay, let's get started here. Okay, this is a little bar of beeswax. Yeah, it's probably cheaper buying it this way than the little tiny balls, but oh my goodness, it's so much easier getting the little balls than having to sit here and do this. So, I think I'm going to do this over a paper plate. I have that exclusively set aside for my other stuff, though, my beeswax and making my salves and all of that. Because this is going to take forever, but I've got to shred this, and I've got water going in a little double boiler on the stove. And then, well, let me show you. I might as well just turn that off because I did that. That was outside, and it is like so cold. It's going to be hard to get it all shredded up. So it's going to take me a while. But let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I've already mixed in this container, which I'm going to have to pour into my top of my double boiler. And it was some, my basis for it was comfrey oil. I probably put 2/3 comfrey oil, a third lavender oil, a third, not quite a third chamomile. I don't have as much chamomile oil, so I didn't put as much in there. And then I put some neem oil. Now this is Eden's Gardens, 100% pure carrier oil. They use neem as a carrier oil, but neem's really good for your skin, so I put some in here too. Probably, I don't know, this is a little pump thing. I probably put 10 or 12 pumps of it in there. So I have all of those oils in here. It's mostly, like I say though, comfrey oil. Okay, another really important, probably number one of all of them for your skin is carrot seed oil. Now these are essential oils here. These are just regular herbal oils that I made, and then these little bottles are essential oils. And I'm probably going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I put 6 drops of the carrot oil. Another really good one for your face or for your skin would be geranium. Rose is really good too, but it's really expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 went in there. It doesn't matter, but you know, if you get an extra 1 or 2. Now, you probably wouldn't think of rosemary as going in your skin oil, but it's got good properties in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that comes out way fast. I put about 5 in there. I'm of rosemary. I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's a refreshing herb for your mind, but it's like got really good things, antiseptic properties and stuff that I really want in there. Another really healing oil besides comfrey is heliochrysum. So I'm just going to put about 3 drops. Ooh, I'm almost out of this one if I have any in it at all. Oop, there's none left. So if I have another bottle, I'll get it. Oh, here it is. That's why I grabbed both of them. Here's the other heliochrysum. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I got 4. Okay, and this one is myrrh. Myrrh is very healing, very good for lots of stuff. But I don't know why they put it in a bottle like this, because it doesn't drip very well. It's very thick. Let's see. A bunch ran in there. I'm going to put this in the top just to keep air out of it some. So I'll put it back. I don't know how many drops that was. I had to stop. It came out quicker than I wanted it to. It's definitely myrrh. Myrrh is really, really good for you. Okay, I'm going to get a little stir here. I've got several of these little tiny spoons, but I'm going to designate this little tiny one here. I'm going to keep it with all my supplies. I won't go back, and this is made out of bamboo, so it wouldn't be good. Like, you don't, there's just some things you don't, I don't want to eat this. I don't want it in my food. It would really disflavor things, boy. So let that dry. Now I could just use that oil like it is and it would work really good. I was just wanting to make it into a salve because it's easier, it holds it in place better as you're, you know, as you're putting it in and all of that. So I could just use this mixture right here. Matter of fact, my hands are clean. I'm going to put a little dab on here. I'm going to rub on my face. I've got so many things I need to do. I got to go to town today. I don't know if I'm going to get this shredded. I think I need to let that warm up a little. Of course, it might shred better, colder than warmer. Huh. I don't know. It's just hard to do. I don't want to put my fingers back in there now, rubbing all over my face. Oh, this smells so good. Oh. It's just a wonderful floral smell. I'm going to smell like flowers. Not real strong, although some people may smell it more than I do. I don't know. That smells, oh, that smells so good. But then I love the smell of herbs and flowers. Okay, I've got to get this up because I won't be able to send it to you. But anyway, you shred this till you get quite a bit. And it's going to take me a while. Then I'm going to let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to show you. I can't because it's going to take me forever. Okay. What I'm going to do is I have water in that bottom pan. Let me set this here for a minute and show you. This is what you call a double boiler. This is an old one. I got it at an antique place. I don't know how old it is, but it works good. Wasn't really kind of an antique place, I guess. Second-hand antiques and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna set this in here. I may put there's a little bit of water in the bottom of it as well. And then I would put the shredded beeswax into that and stir it around until it thickens up. And you put so much in and stir it, and if you want it thicker, put a little bit more. So you're going to have to shred extra, which you can put in a baggie for next time if you don't use it all. And you just stir it until it kind of starts to thicken. Now, it's going to get thicker as it cools down, so you have to remember that. Anyway, you stir it around in there until it starts getting pretty, like real thick, like a syrup. Then you take it out and let it cool. And the more times you do it, the better you get used to what thicknesses you want your salve to be, whether it be a little runnier salve for a particular thing or a real thick salve or whatever. But just remember, as it cools, it will thicken up. And it makes a wonderful, wonderful healing skin salve. I'm going to try to, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try to get it up and out to you today. I hope it makes it. And we will catch you all next time. Okay, I just took the knife and cut real thin pieces off and put in here, and hopefully that will melt. I don't want to destroy the botanical goodness in my oils, so I don't want it getting too hot. You don't want it to boil or anything like that. So I'm just going to have to stir this for a while until all of the little pieces of the wax melt. Okay, now you have to keep an eye out. I just added some more water below because it was boiling out. So it's going to take a minute to get back to boiling again and get it hot enough. But that should still be slowly melting. But yeah, keep an eye that your bottom one doesn't boil out. And you have to stir this quite often. That kind of helps it to melt a little bit more too, I think. Keep an eye on it. And once that gets all melted into your oils, you want to take it off the heat and let it sit, and it'll start thickening up and turn into a salve. You do have to keep check on your temperature, guys. If it gets too hot, I turn the fire. If this oil in here gets too hot, you have to touch your little finger. It should just be warm. I know it's going to take longer, but it should just be warm. If it gets too hot, turn your fire off for a while until it starts cooling back down. You don't want that oil to get too... Now it seems, because I made the little... I just sliced it instead of shredded it, because it takes so long to shred it. But it takes a long time to get these chunks to thaw, to melt into your oil. A lot longer than those, if you buy the little wax balls, they're little tiny wax balls. They melt, the shreds melt a lot faster too. And then once it's all melted, you just take the jar out and set it to cool and it'll thicken. And you'll have your salve. You don't want to just boil your oil to do it, because you'll boil all the goodness out, all the beneficial, a lot of the beneficial stuff out, especially with essential oils in it. You don't want them too hot. So I can put my finger in it. It's not that hot, but the water's boiling underneath. It's just warm is all it is, which is what you want. You don't want to get it too hot. It'll eventually melt. It just takes a long time for the, wax to melt, especially when you have bigger chunks. So I'm telling you, it's better to get the little wax balls if you can find them. You may only be able to get the bars now, I don't know. But the bars work too. I just shredded it thin, but it'll take a while for it to melt down. And you just have to have patience, and then you take it out, let it sit. It'll thicken up. And you'll, they say 1 or 2 ounces, depending how much oil you use, 1 or 2 ounces of the beeswax. But it makes different consistencies. You may like a different consistency. So try a little bit of oil. There's probably maybe a cup of oil here. I don't think there's a cup. Try maybe 1 ounce of the beeswax or 2 ounces. I think 2 ounces will make to a cup of oil will probably be pretty thick, but it might be what you want. But I like it not quite as thick sometimes for certain things, and then I like a thicker salve for other things, just depending. Like if you want to put a little bit of salve on a sore and then put a Band-Aid over it, you want it a little bit thicker, maybe to hold in place while you get the Band-Aid on there and stuff before it melts down into your skin or whatever. So it's up to you. Practice a little with it. Like I said, you don't want your oil to get too hot. So that's why I'm using a double boiler. It's just barely warm. It takes a long time for the wax to melt when it's barely warm, but you don't want to lose the benefits of your oils. I think I'm going to leave you with that. I don't want this too long. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out. I'm hoping they can transfer it to my new phone. Last time it didn't work. So, but this is a defective phone, as I said, so I have to get a new one hopefully today. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go, and not sure when I'll get this out, but you'll see it when you see it, and I'll catch you all later. Give me a thumbs up if you would. Bye-bye. Okay, it's just about melted. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take, these are vitamin E. I'm going to poke those and squeeze those into that oil. As soon as I get the last of my wax melted, I'm going to put these in it. And these help keep it fresher longer. Your oils, they usually only last a year or so. Your tinctures last almost forever, it seems like. But oils go rancid quick. So I'm going to put some of this in to help keep it fresh.